What is your first thought when you sit down to write progress notes? If you're like most therapists, it's probably not, yay, I get to write a progress note. Hi, I'm Dr. Maelisa Hall, creator of the free private practice paperwork crash course. And today I am telling you a secret. And it is the two most common blocks that I hear from therapists regarding writing progress notes. So let's dive into this. This is going to be a juicy one, and you will likely recognize a lot of these thoughts because I hear this from so many people. So number one, the first block to writing progress notes is fear. Yes, fear is a huge one, and most therapists, not most therapists, but a lot of therapists will become paralyzed when they sit down to write a progress note because they have no idea what to write. And they're worried about who's going to read the note. They're worried about what someone might say about the note. And even if they've never had anyone critique their notes or give them negative feedback, or they've never had their notes read in court, they still fear that this is going to happen. And it actually keeps people from writing notes altogether. So they will sit down or they will think about writing their notes, and then they don't do it at all because of this fear. People are also often afraid of things like audits from insurance companies, and a lot of therapists are really fearful about their own clients reading their notes. So I hear this a lot when people get a records request, and then they realize either they haven't written notes or they have, but they just don't feel confident in the content. And so as soon as that records request comes in and they think that their client might actually read their own notes, they seize up and they don't know what to do. And they try to avoid at all costs releasing notes, not because they want to protect someone's confidentiality, but actually because they are embarrassed that their notes might make them look bad and might make them look unprofessional. So that is a really, really common block to writing notes. So if you have ever had those thoughts, you are definitely not alone. Now, the second biggest block to writing progress notes is perfectionism. This is a huge one for a lot of therapists. Most people who have a master's degree or a doctorate degree have not gotten there without trying to achieve big things, without trying to do things well. So these are a group of people who are used to doing things well, used to succeeding. And in progress notes, we typically get very little training, and there's very little information about how to do them well and what criteria to use to even know if you are doing them well. And that can freak a lot of people out. So what happens is that we think our notes have to be perfect. And I know that there are therapists who spend 25 minutes, 30 minutes on a note, on one note per client. And if you only see, 10 clients, that's 5 hours a week doing notes. And if you're only getting paid for working 10 hours a week, you shouldn't have to do 5 hours a week of notes. Your notes should be 5 to 10 minutes long. But a lot of people will sit there and agonize over every word and what to write because of this perfectionism, which really is more a lack of knowledge about what needs to be in the note. I will also see people paralyzed by being worried that they're going to write the wrong thing, and they're so concerned about it that they actually just don't write the notes at all. So if you're someone who gets behind in your notes, this is a really common reason. People will, instead of actually just sitting down and writing the notes and trying to push through it, it's so anxiety provoking that they just don't write the notes at all. I just came off of a week-long co-working session with therapists who were catching up on notes. So these were a bunch of therapists who were behind on notes. We had over 100 therapists participate, and it was a free co-working session we did for a whole week. And so many people said that this was the thing that kept them from writing notes, this paralyzing fear. But what got them out of it, and this is the answer to that fear and to that sense of perfectionism, is having a community and a push to do it. So my challenge to you today is to seek out that community and to get that community however you can, whether that is through people you already know, whether that is through this video right here, or if you would like to join our academy that we have for therapists. There are lots of ways to get that community, but get that community so you can be held accountable and get that support you need. So what I encourage you to do is leave a comment in this video, underneath the video, and tell us what your biggest block to writing progress notes is. So take that leap, write it, share it here, put it out there to the world. There is absolutely no judgment here. What is your biggest block? What is the thing that you think when you sit down to write notes? What is the thing that makes you dread them? So let us know that, and then we will offer you the support you need. And if you would like more support, you are welcome to join the Meaningful Documentation Academy, which is a membership program I have for people who want to improve their documentation, get support from a community, and have a little push to get their notes done, because we also do co-working sessions every single week. So you are not alone in the struggle. So hopefully we will see you there, and I can't wait to see what your blocks are below and help you work through them.